guys, Chef Olivier here. Today I'm going to show you how to make a chocolate tart. For the chocolate tart, we're going to use different elements, including the chocolate mirror glazing. You can check out a video about that, and the sweet dough. Also, we did a video about that. Let's put our crust, prepare our crust for our tart. So, for the chocolate tart, we did some sweet dough. We got another video about the sweet dough that you can check out. We're going to use a small ring, which is 16 centimeters of diameter. So we're going to first cut a disc inside of the ring of 16 centimeters of diameter. And then for the size, we have to calculate the circumference of the ring. That's an easy calculation. You just take the diameter, which is 16, that you multiply by pi, which is around 3.14, which should give you approximately a bit above 50 centimeters of length. So we're going to take a ruler and we're simply going to cut a long bend like this one. And we can stop it at 50 centimeters. So cut here. Actually, I'm going to go just above 50 centimeters at 51. Like that, I get a bit of. So I'm going to roll that in. And that will be to cover the side of my ring. I've got a ring, and I will simply like this. Don't worry if it cracks a bit, because you can, by a bit of pressure, you can simply put it back together. And that will give you the sides. Press a bit on it. We will cut the extra after. So then we're going to take our ring, our disc, and simply put it in, pushing like this. Once again, don't be afraid to push, because remember, the dough you can always, is soft, you can always play with it to make sure you get the results that you are looking for. You want to have square angles, so you're going to push nicely with your finger into it to make sure that the dough is going perfectly in the angle. Now you're going to cut all the extra crust which is over the ring. Make sure it's flat. With a fork, we will pick the center and blind bake the dough. To blind bake our pie, you will put plastic into the pie and fill it up with some beans or some rice, something dry. That's gonna be a weight. You're gonna stop the dough from rising, but also from the side of the dough from falling in the middle of the pie. So you want to make sure that you're quite full. Then you close your plastic. You don't have to squeeze it. The heat will squeeze it for you, just like this. And now my pie, my tart base is ready to go in the oven at 350 degrees. So while our crust is cooking, we're going to prepare our filling. 600 grams of cream that we're going to bring to boil. We're going to use the ganache technique. So basically, we're going to boil our cream and then add our boiling cream into our dark chocolate. As soon as the cream boils, I'm going to pour it onto 450 grams of dark chocolate. And melt the chocolate gently. You don't want to use a whisk because you don't want to create any bubbles. You have to be creamy, not foamy. So you melt the chocolate. And you don't have to add any sugar either. There is enough sugar in the chocolate for the tart to be sweet. Plus, we're using a sweet dough, which is cooking now. And you want that balance of bitterness with the chocolate. A chocolate which is too sweet is usually not that good. So take a nice, dark, good quality chocolate. Now that we melted all our chocolate with our cream, we're gonna add 2 yolks, and 4 whole eggs. The eggs will actually be a binder when we will cook our tart. So you want to make sure that your eggs are nicely put. And we will pass the lot through a sieve just to make sure that we don't have any egg bits or anything. So when it's like that, nicely mixed, pass everything through a sieve. And that will be our chocolate filling. Like that we get a smooth texture. And as soon as our crust is ready, we're gonna add that chocolate into it and cook everything together. The crust is now cooked, but before we add the chocolate filling that we just made, we're gonna add some egg wash at the bottom. The reason of doing that is to seal our dough, to make sure that it's not gonna get wet or softened by the chocolate mix. So by doing that, as you can see, I'm actually filling up those little holes that we make with the fork to make sure that we won't have any bubbles in our dough coming from the bottom and pushing our dough up. So just like that, you see we'll cook really fast. So we're putting back the crust in the oven for just 2 minutes, and then we're gonna add the fill. When the eggs are cooked, I'm now simply gonna pour my filling. So you don't want to go too high, simply because it may rise a little bit while it's cooking. So just at the limit of the crust. And remember, we're gonna need also a little bit of space to put our chocolate glazing at the end. So now we're going back into the oven at 320, and we have to check the chocolate quite often. Let's do it for 10 minutes, and in 10 minutes we're gonna check it. We want it to wobble still, but to be cooked. We don't want it to be overcooked. If it's overcooked, then it's gonna be dry and not really nice to eat. Chocolate is cooked. You can see it's still a bit trembling. That's what you want. You want it to tremble a bit. Now we're just gonna remove the rings, and you want to make sure that your crust is nicely colored. So I'm gonna take one of those cartons like this to place my tarts. Now it's time to use our chocolate glazing. So melt it up, grab your tart, just a touch of chocolate glazing, and make sure it will cover all the tart, but not going over the crust. Just like that. Then you let it cool down, but when you do that tart, you never put it in the fridge. It's chocolate and the texture is really creamy. So if you put it in the fridge, it will simply set and become hard. You don't want to put that in the fridge. So if you have to use it the day after and put it in the fridge overnight, in that case, before you have to present it or to serve it, you want to put it out of the fridge for at least a couple of hours for the temperature to rise. It's a really tasty, nice, rich tart. So when you take a piece, take a small sliver of it. And I will advise to have it with a nice vanilla ice cream. Now you can enjoy that.